Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Julia.
I'm Nathan.
And today, we're hopping in the old TARDIS.
Oh.
And we're going
the
back
TARDIS?
in time.
We're doing a Doctor Who episode?
The TARDIS.
The TARDIS.
It's a wicked TARDIS.
It's a wicked TARDIS. Getting the TARDIS.
Yeah, the TARDIS. We're going to freaking time and space.
And we're going all the way back to Victorian times.
Hey,
Wow.
everybody spoke in Victorian times.
Wow.
Hey.
Just like Victoria herself.
Victoria was like, hey, why don't I have like 6 million children? Hey, oh, hey.
Oh.
Yeah, she said that. They're just quoted. We got the suggestion from the Drawfee Patreon Discord.
Uh-huh.
And
Nice.
it's from Trash Cannibal Lecter,
That's a fun name.
who said, I think making characters based on Victorian era phrases / sayings would be fun.
I agree.
Examples: afternoonified, collie shangles, whooper-ups.
Those are all great character names.
Those are all fun.
Diseases. But okay.
And they linked us to a Mental Floss article of 56 delightful Victorian slang terms you should be using.
All right.
And so I've selected 3 of them.
Okay.
And we're gonna pick them at random here. And we're gonna draw characters based on the names.
Wow.
What do you think about that?
I like it.
I wish I had a Victorian phrase to express my excitement.
Well, you
at
might
this-
by
at
the
this
end
prompt.
of this,
Okay.
if you're lucky.
Ooh.
Nathan, please do number 1.
I will. Nanty narking.
How do you feel about Nanty narking?
Nanty narking.
Everyone's favorite character, Nanty narking.
I like it so much that I'm going to use a Victorian phrase that I know
Uh-huh.
Okay.
to show my excitement, which is bazinga.
I forgot that was a Victorian phrase.
Yeah.
Nanty narking.
When Queen
Nanty-
Victoria found out she was becoming queen, she said, whoa, bazinga,
She said
I'm the queen.
Bequeenga. Bequeenga.
I mean,
That's what the queen says.
Bequinga.
Bequeenga.
Space baquinga.
It's horrible. Offensive, I would say, even.
No.
I don't have any sort of inkling towards Nanty. It just kind of sounds like
Like a shanty.
a shanty, but like you're not as into it.
It's like a nanny shanty.
A nanny shanty.
Instead of a sea shanty, it's a nanny shanty.
But the second word, narking, sounds like
Nar.
like an Australian king who's very like objects to a lot of stuff.
Just says nar.
He says nar,
Nar king.
nar, nar, nar. So it's
Nar king. That ain't it. That ain't it, king. Nar.
You have Yas queen and nar king.
nar king.
I can be your nar king to my yes queen.
So he's a nanny shanty. He does a nanny shanty, or he doesn't like the shanties. So nar shanties for the nar king. He's like it's like a Footloose situation where he doesn't want any shanties
No shanties in Australia allowed.
in Victorian
Have
times.
you ever heard of an Australian shanty? I don't think so.
I haven't. Which means it doesn't exist
Which means it doesn't exist.
because of Nar King.
Nar king.
So the nannies came to him
Yeah.
and they said, we need to be able to do our shanties in order to do our nanny work to the best of our abilities.
Yeah. Which is how they came up with lullabies. So we're like, shanties are out.
Oh, yeah, we can't do shanties
But we
anymore.
can invent a new one.
Yeah, but no one can stop us from calling it something else
That's true.
as long as we don't ask the king.
As long as we don't ask the nar king.
Because you know what he's going to say. He always says the same thing, and it's nar.
Nar.
I'm curious what makes something a shanty.
You add a little bit sort of
Chianti.
lemon to a beer.
That's a shandy, Nathan.
Oh, I got confused.
You got confused.
I'm a
Nathan.
confused.
It wasn't what it was. It was something different.
What makes something a shanty is that it has to be a small, crudely built shack.
I knew you were going to say that. I saw it coming a mile away. I sensed it in the ether manifesting itself.
A shanty comes from the French to sing.
Wow. So you got to sing it.
English language sailors work songs. Wait, English language sailors work song dating from the days of sailing ships.
So does it have to be a work song, like a song you sing while you're working to keep the rhythm?
So does that mean like the seven dwarves were singing a shanty?
I think so. I think that was pretty shanty-esque. Their little hi-ho.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was pretty rude to Snow White, but...
Yeah. Hi-ho.
Super rude.
Hi-ho, Nar King.
Nar King.
We're inventing all these new phrases right now.
Yeah, she walked up and she was like, hey, seven dwarves, where are you going? And they were like, hi-ho, off to work
It's off to work we go. And she was like, whoa, you didn't even like ask my name. It's like really
it's
rude.
like when you're so familiar with someone, you know, and you like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like I'll call my best friend like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like, you asshole. Anyway, let's get brunch. She's like, cool.
Yeah, whenever Nathan comes over, he knocks on the door and I go to the door and I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah. You're like, hey, dillweed.
But it's because we're like really
It's
good
because
friends.
we're such good friends you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell we're friends.
Yeah.
Is that I say, I hate you for real. I mean it. I'm
Get out of
serious
my
about
apartment.
this.
I don't know why you showed up here again.
I wish I never saw you ever, but instead I'm seeing you now.
Which is the opposite of what I wanted.
Which is the opposite of what I wanted. You say all of this over the like the speaker on the buzzer. And then
you're just standing outside.
Yeah. And then you come down and let me in and it's like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just sort of a little friend.
It's just like a friendship thing
Banter.
that we do.
That's how you know we're friends.
Nanty could also just be like you're saying 90 with like a funny voice.
Oh, yeah.
Nanty.
Nanty.
Nanty Nar King.
You got 70, 80, 90, 100.
100.
Jacob, are you going to tell us at some point what these mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, whenever you want to know. Do you want to know now? You want to know later?
I mean, I feel like that's up to Nathan.
That's what I'm
Nathan's the
asking
one
Nathan.
who's drawing.
I guess, like, do you want this drawing to be informed by that information or
No.
or nar?
Nar.
Nar. Okay.
Nar King.
Nar.
Okay, so then I need to continue on this path.
You know, we all need to strive to become a little bit more like a nar king at work, you know?
Yeah.
When the bosses are pushing too much work on you, you got to learn how to say nar.
Yeah. That's so true.
Take your lessons. Also, no matter what your accent is, make sure you say it as nar,
Nar.
to your boss.
Yeah.
Nar.
There's nothing they can do if you say it that way.
I won't do that. Bill Gates. Nar.
Bill
Gates.
Yeah, Bill
That's
Gates
your
is
boss.
your boss. He's our boss.
Bill Gates is our boss.
Yeah.
We've like never reported to him about anything. I hope he's
I've been
satisfied with
submitting
our
my-
work.
He's
my
very
time
hands
cards.
off.
Yeah, he's not like making any money from this either. So I don't really know what place he has in our company, but
He's kind of like everyone's boss.
he's like
if
a
you think about
comfort
it.
boss.
Yeah. Comfort boss.
We just like to know he's there.
Comfort boss is the opposite of undercover boss. That TV show.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
bosses are like, wow, I should be paying my employees better. Anyway, here's like a little bit extra money and I'm going to send you to a work training.
Yeah.
That's how every episode ends.
Like, wow, I didn't realize that by not paying my employees enough, they don't have enough money to meet their basic needs.
Yeah.
There's no way I could have known this.
Anyway, I
There's
won't
not
fix
a
that
way.
issue. But I will send them to a work training.
I feel like if we are interpreting Nanty as 90, it kind of gives me the vibe of like the king was cursed to say nar 90 times.
Okay, so he was cursed by like sort of a southern wizard
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a southern wizard and-
visiting Australia.
who came to the king's door and said, "Howdy, y'all. Could I possibly have a place to rest?" And the king said, "Nar."
Nar.
And he said, "Well,
Is that all you could
little
say? Nar?
did you know I'm a wizard. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a curse on you. Nanty Nars.
Nanty Nars.
That's how many you have to say."
for the king.
Oh, no matter what the situation, it's like, 90 things that get brought to him, he has to say nar to.
Yeah, the next Nanty things.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they are.
Okay, so he's getting cursed here.
So what if okay. What if the love of his life is hey, do you want to get married? And he's like,
Nar.
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 Yeah. Nar.
So he doesn't want to be saying nar anymore.
Yeah.
This is tragic. This is really sad.
Well, maybe he should have let that southern wizard in.
Southern wizard.
Giving him some sweet tea and a front porch to sit on. But he didn't. He said nar.
Nar.
It's just like in Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Should have let that witch in. Or whatever she wanted. I don't remember what she wanted.
She just wanted a place to stay.
She wanted to not be called a hoe.
She wanted to give the rose or whatever, and the prince was like, nar.
Nar.
She was like, well, all right, screw you then.
Enjoy being a beast then.
Also, all of your staff are going to be cursed too. I know you have no sympathy or empathy right now, but let me tell you, if this curse ever does what it's meant to, you might.
You might.
And won't that feel bad for you temporarily?
I feel like witches and wizards, it's not okay to just go around setting up scenarios where you expect people to fail just so you can curse them.
It's honestly really problematic.
It really kind of sucks to do, I think.
It's entrapment.
Because it's did you even actually need shelter? Or were you just going around door to door, seeing who would let you in and cursing whoever didn't let you in? Because you don't know their situation.
You don't nar.
You don't nar.
No one nars. It's, yeah. I think that it's good that we don't have any of those these days. That sort of trend seems to have died out.
You don't know. Could be. They could be still around.
Yeah, maybe you've just answered correctly.
That's true.
Have you ever seen me in the daytime?
Have I ever seen? I had to think about that for a second.
What does being out in the daytime have to do with anything?
You don't know.
You're not a vampire.
It's daytime right now. What are you talking about? Have I ever seen you in the daytime?
But it's also irrelevant.
What?
Wizards can go out in the daytime.
No,
but
witch...
Julia's saying she got cursed is I think the
oh
no, you're the witch, Julia?
Yeah, well,
okay.
I don't want to give anything away here.
But I've never seen you in the daytime.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Oh yeah, get that other arm cranked up there.
Yeah, he's going
He's going Palpatine on him.
Yeah.
Oh, he's giving wiggly fingers.
He's wiggling. Yeah. Let me get the fingers more wiggly on this hand too. This is such an open-ended prompt. I really like it because I had no idea what I was going to draw today.
And you can't be wrong.
Yeah.
On this one.
No.
Yeah.
Because it's
because we're all going to be wrong.
There's no way to know.
Yeah.
As we've established.
Hey, how did Jim Carrey get cursed in Liar Liar?
Did his son make a wish? Was that a wish or a curse?
It's always a wish or a curse, isn't it? I'll look it up. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
you.
Don't worry.
I feel like his son did it to him, but I could be mistaken.
I didn't realize Jim Carrey had a son.
I think his son did do it to him.
In the movie, his character has a son.
Because he doesn't show up to the game or something.
Yeah, and he's like, I wish my dad would tell no more lies.
No.
It was a wish.
Was it a birthday wish?
It just says Max wishes his dad would stop lying for 24 hours.
I just wish you would stop lying for 24 hours.
Just one day is all I'm asking for.
Just 24 hours.
Let's see. Let's get into it. On Max's birthday,
It was a birthday wish.
Wow.
Fletcher misses his party. When senior partner Miranda lures him to get promoted by having sex in the office.
What?
This is problematic in many ways.
Yeah.
He makes a birthday wish that Fletcher would be unable to tell a lie for an entire day.
Is it an entire day or 24 hours? Because there's a legal distinction here.
In wish law?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's 24 hours.
Okay. Because a day could be until the day ends. 24 hours means 24 hours. How specific do you got to get with the wishes?
Well, if it's an entire day, that's
Is it
24
like a monkey's
hours.
paw?
Well, Julia, you're the magical person here.
I'm the what?
As we've established.
Hubba what?
How about what?
So do you have any familiarity with this type of situation?
Why would I? But if I did, I would say,
Yeah.
you gotta get kind of specific here, or else,
Yeah.
or else you could really curse someone something much worse.
A worse curse.
A worse curse.
Yeah.
A worst curse.
So in your mind, a full day is less bad than 24 hours because it.
Well, if it's like, I want you to stop lying for a day.
Mm-hmm.
It could be, if you wish that at like 10 p.m., that's gonna end at 12.
I think if you say they should stop lying for a day, it's implied that it's the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't do implications though. You
Okay.
gotta get specific.
But also,
this is-
the phrasing was an entire day.
An entire day.
But according to New York renters law,
Mm-hmm.
if you have to give someone a month's advance notice, you could give them notice on the last day of the month, and that counts.
Really?
As opposed to 30 days notice, where you have to give someone at least 30 full days.
That doesn't sound right to me.
I looked it up last night.
You can give someone notice on the last day of the month and it counts as one month?
If your state or city has specific rules that say that you have to give a month's notice, then you can give it on the last day of the month.
Why would that
seems
ever be the case?
That seems like a terrible interpretation of
Yeah,
that.
that seems awful. I don't know why anyone would write that into their laws if that was the case. There's no good case for that.
And yet, here we are. Here we nar.
Here we are.
The Nar King has been cursed
By the Southern Wizard.
by the Southern Wizard. And I think I got across that he's Southern, just sort of in his
Yeah, he's got the vibe.
vibe.
Yeah.
Can you all tell I've been rewatching Adventure Time?
Yeah.
Some heavy Adventure Time influences, but that gives it a magical feel.
Thank you.
Would you like to know what Nanty Narking actually means?
I mean, I think I got it, but I mean, sure. You can tell me, but I think this is it.
So it's a tavern term, popular from 1800 to 1840. And then I guess they stopped after 1840 using
1840,
it.
they were
All
like,
right.
no more.
But it meant great fun.
Well, the Southern Wizard is having great fun. I don't know
Yeah.
about the Nar King.
No, he's openly crying.
He's really sad.
He knows the impact this is about to have on his life. He's like, I had a lot of things to say yes to coming up.
Yeah, I didn't want to be like, maybe he wasn't even like that much of a negative guy before he got cursed. He just said nar he just thought he was like a door-to-door salesman and wasn't interested. And
Yeah.
now he's been cursed.
It was like this one time, and the Southern Wizard misinterpreted it.
Yeah.
And it made everything a lot worse for everyone because he had to say no to a lot of really positive things.
Yeah.
So really, the Southern Wizard is the villain
Yeah.
of this, I would say.
But he still had a good time doing it.
Do you think I could do one of these?
Let me check with the Australian king. Oh, he said nar.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Thankfully,
Get
this is
wrecked.
America, Nathan. He has no jurisdiction
His
here.
power is not affecting our episode recording.
No. And so I'm going to do it.
Okay.
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 I'm going to do one now.
Okay.
Okay.
And the one I'm going to do is number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3.
Arfarfanarf?
Which is, of course, Arfarfanarf.
Arfarfanarf?
What else would it be other than Arfarfanarf?
Arfarfanarf.
Arfarfanarf.
That's when your dog, like, you're sick of their barking. Arfarfanarf.
A narf.
A narf.
A narf for your
A
arfarfan.
nar for your Arfarfan. Arm sark of it.
I'm sark of your farfan.
Of your
That's-
Arfan and Farfan.
Oh no, we're back in Denmark. Arfarfanarfen.
Arfarfanarf.
But what does this mean?
But what does this mean to you? I mean,
as a character?
to me, it's sounding like a snarf.
Maybe it's like a dog-like creature.
Yeah.
Because it kind of has like the feel of like a magical dog-like creature.
Yeah. The Arfarfanarf.
The Arfarfanarf. It's got to be like a Cerberus, right?
Oh. It's Arf, Arf,
And Arf.
and Arf. It's Ed, and Eddie,
It's
but dogs.
yeah, it's Ed, and Eddie.
Arfarfanarf.
Oh, I love that.
Do.
This kind of looks like Freddy Fazbear.
A little bit. It does sound like a creature that would be in Jim Henson's Labyrinth.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you guys remember that scene when the Arfarfanarf showed up?
As a kid, it really scared me.
Yeah.
But as an adult, it really scares me.
It really scared me. I thought I'd go back and watch it as an adult and be like, oh, I didn't have any reason to be scared, but I was more scared.
Yeah, it was scarier, if anything.
It is nice when you go back and you watch a movie from your childhood that you were scared of and you go, oh, no, I was valid as a kid.
Yeah.
This is scary.
Like I wasn't just a scaredy cat. I was accurately responding to the stimulus that I was seeing.
Yeah, like I was under threat.
Yeah.
That scene in Pinocchio with
where the kid turns into a donkey.
Yeah, and then the guy comes in and like, yeah. It's very scary.
I can tell you remember it well.
I watched it recently.
The guy comes in and he's like, oh, wow, a donkey.
A donkey, holy.
Well, doesn't he like put a leash on him or something?
Oh,
and,
probably.
Like, lead him out?
Yeah, I think it's like, have we talked about this recently?
Oh.
The guy's business model is he lures boys to this this awesome amusement park. And by enjoying the amusement park, the boys turn into donkeys. And then he sells the donkeys as like donkeys.
Why doesn't he just get donkeys?
And I feel like the amount of work it takes to build and maintain an amusement park, like it's just,
his overhead is like insane.
he has to get these boys to come to this amusement park. He has to have the amusement park be really fun. And then he gets the donkeys. Like, are donkeys like super rare in this world?
Maybe it was more expensive to buy like a donkey and to take care of a donkey than it was to just like find some kid and make him into a donkey. I want to say real fast that I was misreading Jacob's drawing for a long time. For a while, I read it as there was like a little owl head on top of some big pecs. So like the nose was like the beak, you know?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but also I'm offended.
I'm sorry.
Because I feel like this is a great dog head I've drawn.
I do love it.
Now I feel like I've been disrespected
Well,
publicly.
I apologize. It is a really good dog head. It's better than all of the dogs I've ever drawn on this channel. Actual fact.
And we should have given Julia Arfarfanarf, so she had to draw a dog.
I'm sure Julia appreciates not having to draw the dog.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah. God, Arfarfanarf really does feel like a Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of F's in there too.
Farfanarts at Arfarfanarfs.
Farfanarts.
Farfanarts at Arfarfanarfs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I will agree. I mean, to me, it very quickly became a dog, but when you first drew your construction, it did look like a person with gigantic pecs with a tiny little head.
I'm getting sick of both of you, frankly.
That's
all I'm gonna say.
It just shows how pleasing the shapes are that you construct with, that you could do so much with them.
You know, to us, I think Jacob's saying that he's had a narf.
I've had a narf.
He's had a narf.
This is Arfarfanarf. It's not a tiny head, big pecs man, or an owl with big pecs, or anything with big pecs.
It's a muzzle.
You haven't drawn the pecs yet, so it could.
Yeah, I mean they could
pecs.
have. You still could draw pecs. It's not too late. I think everyone would like that.
But am I here to like make people happy?
Or are you the Southern Wizard who's here to?
Yeah, or is this like a curse?
Oh.
Where I'm, if you see an owl with big pecs, I curse you.
Yeah.
You show up and just show the construction for your drawing. Like, what do you think I'm drawing? And if you guess wrong, you get cursed.
You say carefully. Think carefully what you say and think
carefully. Think more carefully to say than I'm thinking.
Thank you.
It's the only psychologist in town that you can fail. It's like, all right, we've done the ink blots. Now tell me what you see in this construction. And if you fail, that's it. You failed your test.
You'll never have a good brain.
You know how you want your therapist or psychologist to put a lot of pressure on you when you're talking about, problems you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that helps you.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I better fix this real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
then you can just fix it.
If the way that I deal with sort of my emotional problems is anything like how I deal with just like stuff I have to do, I'm not going to do it unless I'm feeling a tremendous amount of pressure.
Yeah. So I think that seems like really good and really healthy.
Yeah. Oh, this is a
pretty dog.
This is a beautiful dog.
Is this a borzoi?
Yeah, I think it's definitely boar's-ish.
Head. It's a boar's head.
It's a boar's head.
We've done it.
Deli meat.
Do not eat this dog.
Do not eat this dog.
This dog is not deli meat. This is a dog.
This dog is hot and a dog, but it is not a hot dog to
It is
eat.
not a hot dog to eat. Please respect.
That's what the middle head's saying. The one on the left looks like disgusted.
Yeah.
The one on the right looks just like really cool and maybe a little mean. And the one in the middle is like, oh, you're looking at my other heads? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you, frankly.
I'm the only one who possesses the gift of language. They're just dog heads. But me, I can talk like a person.
Oh, tiny legs.
It takes me a while to get over to you, but once I get there, you're going to hear my arf.
You're gonna hear my arf. You better give me some pets.
And you'll also hear my arf and also my arf.
And also, that's it.
That's it.
Give me the pets. Give me some scritches on all my ears, all 6 of them.
I do have a collar, but it's for fashion.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'm not owned by a person.
I'm not owned by a person. We all liked this. We saw it at the store.
But I decided I was the one who was gonna wear it around my neck.
It's just a way of expressing my own individuality in this 3-headed scenario.
It's just a picture of a bone.
It's got a bone on it, which we all
like those.
We all like bones, so we
Does
thought.
it say you got a bone to pick with me, Buster? I'm Arfarfanarf.
That's what it implies. But we like the simplicity of the bone. But that's not the point. The point is arf.
The point is, I've just been talking to you as I've been slowly approaching with my tiny little legs.
And now I'm too close. It's too late for you.
The little legs are just going.
Yeah, this is Arfarfanarf. Let's get some like arf lines.
Yeah.
Arf.
I can
Arf.
see the head on the right just like
Arf.
sticking its little snoot right in your hand.
Arf.
Yeah.
Oh, arf.
And the one on the left is like
Arf. 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 Arf.
This is really good, Jacob. Good job.
thank you very much.
What does Arfarfanarf mean?
I think you'll find it was pretty similar.
It was a 3-headed dog.
It's a 3-headed dog. It's not a 3-headed dog.
Oh, you lied to me.
It's a figure of speech used to describe drunken men. He's very arfarfanarf, Forrester writes, meaning he has had many arfs or half pints of booze.
If you have a Nanty narking time, you become Arfarfanarf.
You might be arfarfanarf while you're having a Nanty narking time at the pub.
Wow.
Drinking your many arfs.
Nanty narking time. Arfarfanarf.
I don't know what that's a reference
those
to.
are
A whole new
Beautiful.
world. It's a whole new world.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It fit. It fit.
Okay, I see.
Let me in.
Okay, I see. Julia, there's only one more you could possibly do.
Yeah, what is it?
It's number 2.
Number 2.
Orf Chump.
Orf Chump.
It's of course, it's Orf Chump. You're either Arfarfanarf or you're Orf Chump.
Orf Chump.
Take your pick of which one you want to be. You want to be an Orf Chump? Julia's gone entirely silent.
Yeah. Strong Bobby Hill again.
I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't give a shout out to one that I almost put in but didn't put in.
Oh, I was
Okay,
wondering
yeah.
if you were going to bring that one up. I was, because we all know.
Yeah.
'Cause
We all know
I
this
told
one.
it to them because I started laughing and then I said it to them and they started laughing.
Yeah.
But this one that we didn't draw this time, but is still, worth knowing.
Yeah.
Is Umble Stumble.
Yeah. Hey, what does that mean? You didn't tell us what it meant.
Yeah. What's Umble Stumble mean, Jacob?
What do you think it means?
I mean, so far we're 2 for 2 on things just sort of relating to getting drunk. So I'm going to say it's when you're so drunk that you've passed out and someone's like, oh, they had an stumble.
Sure, yeah.
I think it's when someone is so drunk that they are like wandering around the party, and they're like stumbling into the room.
Right, and they're like, oh, here comes Julia. She's stumble tonight.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot in my life.
Yeah,
We're both right. We're both correct, is what you were gonna say.
What I was gonna say, it's funny because the definition is the opposite of what I just did. It's a low-class phrase meaning thoroughly understood.
Oh.
Which I was not stumble just then when I couldn't say the phrase, right? But you are stumble if you're thoroughly understood.
Huh.
That's like the opposite of what I think of when I think of stumble. Like I would think it's like bumbling.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so too. But maybe it's like a play on like understood, stumble, stumble. Stumble. Stumble
was the guy because Rumpelstiltskin could spin straw into gold. Stumble, he could spin straw into bubble gum.
He could straw into stumble gum.
Into stumble gum. And he was very easy to understand. Oh, look at this little feller.
Is this the Orf Chump?
Is this the Orf Chump, or is this someone calling me an Orf Chump?
I think it's like a greeting.
Okay.
Like he's like a chump who says like, instead of saying like hi, he's always like Orf Chump.
Orf Chump.
Orf Chump.
What can I do for you? Now let me be stumble with me here. Before you start saying anything, we don't take any types in here, get a little too Nanty narking. Start getting Arfarfanarf. We don't accept those types around here. All right?
I mean, you can have a little Nanty narking, but if you have too much of a Nanty narking and you start getting Arfarfanarf, then Orf Chump's gonna kick you out. And so have I made myself stumble?
And if you get too rowdy in here, you might just cop a mouse.
What's that?
It's to get a black eye.
Cop a mouse?
You might just cop a mouse.
Wow.
So you gotta watch out. You're not my chuckaboo.
It's not fair. You have the list. You can keep reading from it.
This is what they talk like.
Chocobo? Wait,
my chuckaboo.
My chocobo?
That's a nickname given to a close friend.
I want all of the times that they say in The Godfather capiche to be dubbed over with stumble. Stumble.
You'll be sleeping with the fishes, stumble.
Oh, this is a good pose.
Thanks.
He's like looking back over his shoulder like,
Orf Chump.
Orf Chump.
Like it's something the street urchins said to each other.
Yeah.
And they know that they're, part of the same crew.
Yeah, they're the Orf Chumps, and then there are the Borf bums.
The Borf bums are very different.
Yeah.
From the Orf Chumps. And if you get them confused,
you're gonna cop a mouse.
You might cop a mouse. There's one here for Nathan, phrase.
Just
Not
for me?
I'll turn off my ears.
This one's for Nathan.
Okay.
Bang up to the elephant.
Oh. Is that one still in use sometimes?
I don't know. I've never heard it.
Is there a band called that?
There's Cage the Elephant.
There is a.
Are you thinking of Cage the
Elephant?
Elephant?
Am I thinking of Cage the Elephant?
That's my guess as to what you're thinking.
Okay.
But if you're bang up to the elephant, you're perfect, complete.
Well, that makes sense.
Unapproachable.
Well, yeah, that's just
like an elephant.
I would have guessed that. Bang up to the elephant. That's cool. They understood that even back then, the elephants were great.
Yeah, like elephants are perfect. If you're bang up to an elephant, then you're as close to perfect as you can get.
Yeah. I don't even. How many elephants did they even have back then in Victorian England?
I mean, they loved elephants. They were doing big trade with India.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I bet like your average Joe Schmo wasn't seeing too many elephants.
Did they do circus?
They did do circus.
They had circus already?
So they loved elephants in the way where they did not respect elephants.
Yeah.
They were like, wow, what a majestic creature. Anyway, let's make it stand on this ball or something.
Look at this incredible creature, this gentle giant.
Can you imagine if you like had never seen an elephant before?
Yeah.
And you didn't even know what it was?
Yeah.
And you go into a freaking tent and there's an elephant in there? That would like blow your mind.
Yeah.
You'd be like, that is not like anything that I was aware of.
Yeah.
Which means there's probably a lot of things I'm not aware of.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of what my reaction was to seeing an elephant for the first time. You know?
Yeah.
I probably saw it and was like, wow, my worldview has been shattered. I thought
now that I know this exists.
yeah. It's like I knew about like dogs and cats, but it's so much bigger and cooler looking.
It's
than
way
those.
different.
It's way different. And we don't have those just sort of walking around. You have to go to a special place to see one.
You know, I've ridden on an elephant.
Whoa.
When I was in India for my friend's wedding.
Nice.
It was pretty crazy. They're like, I don't know if you know this. They're freaking big.
They seem like they seem pretty big.
They're like really big.
I remember riding a horse one time and I thought that was pretty big. And I know for a fact that elephants are bigger.
Way bigger.
Than a horse.
I mean, imagine you're me, right?
Yeah.
And first thing I rode when I was there was a camel.
And those are also bigger than a horse.
That's bigger than a horse already. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it can't get bigger than this.
I'm way up there.
I'm way up there.
Yeah.
I can't imagine going more up there than this. Next thing I know, I'm on an elephant's back.
What?
And I'm like, surely there's nothing bigger than this I could get on top of. And so far, that's been proven true. I've not found anything bigger than that to get on top of.
I guess just a bigger elephant would
Yeah.
be the only thing.
Probably. Or like a whale.
A whale, but is it further up though? A whale? Because
No.
you have to go down to sea level.
Well, it depends on where you count the ground.
Mm.
If you count the ground as like the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, then you're way up.
You're way up
You're
there.
super high up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know there aren't as many opportunities to ride a whale out there.
I've not seen any opportunities to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They ride the elephant very briefly at the end of the theme song to Succession.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love it when there's a theme song that has an elephant.
I
in
love it when they let me look at an elephant briefly in a theme song to a show. So far, Jujutsu Kaisen and Succession are two shows that have done that recently for me.
And you've watched both of them.
And I've watched both of them.
So if you want Nathan to watch,
Which one's
put an
better?
elephant in it.
Which one's better?
Which one's better?
Compare them directly.
Yeah, compare them directly, please.
Well, there are more episodes of Succession than there are of Jujutsu Kaisen. So
Okay.
it's the story has progressed further. But I think I have sort of a sense of where the story is headed in Succession, whereas with Jujutsu Kaisen, I truly don't.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm more interested to see how Jujutsu Kaisen ends, whereas Succession is more just sort of like a commentary.
Yeah.
Where I'm like I'm glad to be watching it. There's some compelling performances and some really funny bits.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess if you asked me just like at a given moment, like, hey, there's a new episode of Succession and a new episode of Jujutsu Kaisen, which are you more excited to watch? It's probably gonna be Jujutsu Kaisen most of the time. I mean, Succession is probably over by the time this episode comes out.
It's ending?
Yeah.
So there's no more of that to come.
Yeah, there are 2 episodes left at the time of recording this. So
I wonder who's gonna success.
Yeah, who succeeds at the end?
Who succeeds?
Yeah.
I guess that's sort of the the crux of the show.
Wow.
Wow. Well, everyone knows who Jujutsu Kaisen's at the end. Jujutsu Kaisen, so that's a point to Jujutsu Kaisen.
The Kaizen.
So, you know, I'm just
this-
saying.
So
The clarity is a little more
Yeah, a
in
little
Jujutsu
lacking.
Kaisen.
it's much easier to come stumble the
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen. Well, what a lovely little. See, you've drawn another New Yorker cartoon.
Yeah, you have. I was thinking the same thing.
But it says. I was, Christ,
it
what
doesn't say
what-
Orf Chump.
what an Orf Chump? Christ, what an Orf Chump? Or just Orf Chump?
There it is. Christ, what an Orf Chump.
There it is.
And they're both Orf Chumping to each other. The classic greeting.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to tell you what it means, huh?
Yeah, please. Is an Orf Chump like a like a little shit?
You would think so.
What's an Orf Chump?
What's an Orf Chump?
Hey Jacob, what's an Orf Chump?
Orf Chump means no appetite.
Huh.
If you're not hungry, you're Orf Chump.
Well, I'm not Orf Chump right now. I would love to think about dinner right
Wow.
now.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, we should probably end this episode then.
Yeah.
Let's use all the words we learned in our outro.
That's a good way to keep people around to hear all our plugins.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everyone watching is not Orf Chump of our content.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I hope that you if okay, listen.
Yeah.
You can support us on Patreon.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the best way to keep this channel going. Humble come stumble.
Yeah, listen, this outro really, we're being really humble come stumble right now.
If you want to have a nanty narking time
Yeah.
with us, we got to keep the channel going, and your likes and subscribes help us to do that. And the thing about our show is you don't have to get Arfarfanarf to enjoy it.
Whoa.
Maybe
That's true.
Maybe just the silliness of the drawings and the banter get you Arfarfanarf
Yeah, in a way.
in sort of a way.
Humble
And-
come stumble.
Humble come stumble.
And if you don't buy our merch and watch us on Twitch, you might cop a mouse. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
Wow, we're threatening people
I
now.
said
Wow.
you might.
You might. It might be completely unrelated.
Yeah, but it could happen. And that would
Wow.
be why. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks for watching.
I've had Arfarfanarf right now.
We're sorry.
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 Nari.